Now, you have the floor.
I'm very happy that we are here today in order to exchange views and discuss interesting issues of agriculture. So I'll cut to the chase. I'll present to you our activities as a company in agriculture, in using new technologies. Which one's the correct button? Okay. What we have achieved as geotechnical science is really very well known to all professionals. We have an increase in production, both in our country and internationally, and now this is a transitional period we're going through. This transition is about the implementation of new technologies that give us a lot of possibilities. And if I could briefly state what do these technologies do is an aggregated amount of information and measuring factors affecting our production. And all of this information is available in real time, giving us the right tools as agriculturalists and as producers. So we can all take informed decisions, acting in a proactive way or solving solutions at the appropriate time. Apart from the productive result, can also help us achieve our ambitious goals regarding natural resources, environment, and sustainability. Now, very briefly, in order to mention everything within the required time, I will mention the projects that we have implemented as Corteva. We are already implementing them or will implement them next year in order to have a rationalization of the use of resources and the best result for the agricultural company. And at the same time, we want to enter the new framework established by the Green Deal. Now, the fertilizer, it's really, prices are reaching an all-time high. And there have been studies on the right and the proper use of fertilizers. Despite the lots of fields and despite the problems, we reached a point that we implement the right fertilizer to the right field in order to balance production, reduce soil heterogeneity, and be able to predict production, and of course reach cost efficiency in fertilizer. With the help of new technology, we use satellites and indicators provided by satellite images. There are soil analysis, and where there is no soil analysis, we can, by using new technologies, predict or rather assess what's the situation in terms of fertility. And this is all done by using G.I.S. technology. You see Karditsa in this picture with the soil analysis and observation made, and by the help of my colleague Christos Vlachos, he has prepared the G.I.S. map that shows us what can we expect by a field that is located between two others, for which, thanks to the soil observations and analysis, we know all of their conditions. Now, the hot topic worldwide is the water management, especially in Thessaly. There's a lot of information. Our goal, starting on the next season, is to be able to give the date and quantity available in terms of what is better for the producer. We take meteorological data of the past, meteorological projections for the next 5 days. We get satellite images showing us the vegetation indicators. We have the necessary soil sensors. There's no magic involved. So that the producer can, first of all, not use excessive amounts of water, nor less amount needed. The end result is cost efficiency, less consumption of water without punishing field production. That's all on irrigation. Of course, I will be available to answer questions. We all have the possibility to utilize drones. There is software by the company that, apart from the visual imaging of our field, we can also count the number of plants. We can count our vegetation cover in our field and evaluate and improve how well was the sowing, what was the empty field, what were the empty fields, the empty parts of the field. So we have complete information and we know what we are good at and where we are lacking. Furthermore, such a drone will be a necessary tool for the agriculturalist who can cover lots of fields. It's not feasible for an agriculturalist to walk all these stremas. So we have remote sensing, and you see the Pontikas effect on the field without the producer being aware of it. You see the range in the position of the plants due to the effect of the insect. The cotton and Helicoverpa armigera, the best way is to monitor the insect with conventional traps. This means that the agronomist must at least twice visit these traps and count these traps one by one and then set the insect's growth curve. Now, we have contemporary traps with cameras. You see to the right, these cameras can center to the insect within the trap and locate it with great precision. And on our mobile phone, we can see the insect's growth curve. So with an algorithm that can predict, or at least gives us a risk assessment, that is, it says that in the next couple of days we will have a maximum capacity of flights. So insects are expected to create eggs and further reproduce. So spraying shall take place at this or that moment. One major problem is untargeted spraying, leading to the spraying not being cost efficient. So we will also save on plant production products and spraying in order to have better and more efficient use of the necessary plant protection. Another issue on cotton, particularly in monoculture areas, is pesticides. It's herbicides, especially in an area with not such an extensive use of herbicides. We, as a company, apart from an additional plant protection product that we want to launch internationally, we also want to check and help the post-production phase. You see, this colleague of mine has walked through lots of fields throughout Greece, and we have created an algorithm that recognizes cotton and distinguishes it from herbs, therefore positioning the plant protection product accordingly. And this spraying equipment, you see an image from Imathia, where colleagues did corresponding work there, and you see that our spraying equipment can now spray only to the spots where there is a herb. Now, in a crop rotated field, there is an accurate application of the herbicide. In this field, you see, we saved about 77% on the herbicide. The result was the same, so the results are obvious. Now, the last slide regarding the vegetation indices that we monitor in Thessaly, and especially on cotton, in order to be able to monitor the crop, even in weeks, different weather conditions, the cotton's curve can be either low or high. So the agronomist can be aware of what is being implemented and what has not been yet implemented and where corrective action is needed. All of this, as was said, is not to replace the producer, but to enhance his activity and provide the tools in order to make informed decision and proper crop management. Now, I left this project for the end to emphasize quality and storage and their significance. And in the end, in my personal opinion, no one can individually, either as a company or as a ministry, can provide solutions to those problems. What is the way to move forward? Synergies and cooperation. All of these projects, some of them are either in-house or Corteva, 100% Corteva projects, but most of them are synergies. We cooperate with lots of bodies and universities across Greece, and specialists indicate who is going to do what in order to make to the Greek producer and agronomist the right tools and technology available. I hope I didn't take much of your time.